There is a lot to examine. And for many on social media, look, let's just have a frank conversation. It's an open and shut case for many people out there, and it shouldn't be, right? Because they've seen the video, they've made their decisions. It's such a polarized topic at this point. So here's some of the video that we're seeing here, and it seems to show that an agent, again, going to secure the gun. If you watch this, it appears that maybe they secured the gun before shots were fired. But again, an investigation is playing out. You heard DHS's side. You've obviously heard the rhetoric that has come out thus far. But overall, analyzing this situation, what is this investigation going to entail? Is it more than just the video?
Well, yes, it's more than just the video. It's the forensics of the angles of the 10 bullets that entered his body. The bullets entered his body from his back because he had been temporarily blinded by pepper spray and was on his stomach on the frozen earth. The investigation will also interrogate eyewitnesses and, more importantly, it will interrogate the agents who were there. What were their mental impressions at the time? Why did they decide to shoot somebody after they had disarmed him and who was already on the ground? To me, their shooting is indefensible, but I understand that there's going to be an investigation.
Right.
A federal investigation, not a state investigation, which will bring us to what I know you want to talk about next. Can the feds keep this information, killing on a street by police of a citizen, away from the state, whose principal job is to maintain safety on the streets? That'll be litigated in a federal court probably in the next half hour or so, whenever the court starts in Minnesota. But a couple things are clear. One is that Secretary Noem did not have all the facts before her when she made that statement. He was not brandishing the gun. The gun was on his person lawfully, and then it was removed before he went down and before he was killed. So I don't know what the threat was. She said he was shot defensively. I don't know what the threat was that these people felt, which is why their interrogation of him is important.
Right. That's why there will be an investigation, because there are a lot of questions that still remain, despite having the video context that you laid out there. I want to ask you about this. We're getting updates about a federal judge, considering the legality of the immigration enforcement, specifically happening in Minnesota. And it's concentrated on the sovereignty of the state of Minnesota. Does this violate the sovereignty of the state?
You know, I'm smiling because this is such a fascinating argument from my perspective. Yeah. Can an excessive amount, in the state's view, an excessive amount of federal agents in the streets deprive the state of its sovereignty? Well, can it take away the ability of the state to perform its sovereign functions, like law enforcement in the streets? I don't know how the federal judge can decide this without holding a hearing, because this is fact sensitive. What is happening? She can't go by just the videos of what happened to Alex Preddy.
It's also Renee Good.
And Renee Good, correct. It is bigger than that. So the state is asking not that ICE go away, but that the surge of extra ICE agents go away, so that things return to the status quo before Christmas, before this surge came in, so that the police can patrol the streets, can maintain safety, that ICE doesn't take over state property, which of course the state is claiming that ICE did. All of these are factual issues, Sean. The federal judge may issue a restraining order for a couple of weeks until she can hold a hearing, but she's going to have to drop everything that's on her calendar in order to address this properly and hold a hearing in which eyewitnesses, state officials, DHS officials, ICE officials actually come into her courtroom and testify.